Welcome and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fadich-Tomsic, and I am the Vice President of Men's Health Network, a national nonprofit organization whose mission is to reach men, boys, and their families about the importance of proper men's health and guys getting more involved in their own health. And so we do that by reaching men where they live, work, play, and pray with health awareness messages and disease prevention messages through educational materials, patient advocacy opportunities, and patient navigation. We've spent many years working with the bipartisan Congressional Men's Health Caucus, currently co-chaired by Representatives Donald Payne Jr. of New Jersey and Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma. We'd like to take a moment to thank them and the Congressional Men's Health Caucus for making this briefing possible. We're honored to have you in attendance today at this briefing to discuss men's and women's health and how far we've come in the past 25 years. Men's Health Week was passed in Congress in 1994, and 32 of the original co-sponsors are still serving in Congress. It was expanded to be Men's Health Month over a decade ago, while retaining Men's Health Week as a special awareness period recognized by Congress. There are over 400 Men's Health Month or Week proclamations from governors, mayors, and Native American communities at the Men's Health Month website. A bit of housekeeping. We are going to be holding questions. I think after each presenter, if you have a question or two, we can ask those questions, but we're going to try to hold all of them to the very end. As our congressional members come in, we will have them say a few words. So we already have one that's going to be coming up in just a second. And so make sure you write down all your questions. Markwayne Mullin is the congressional representative for Oklahoma's 2nd District, and he was elected back in November of 2012. He is currently serving in his 3rd term in office and serves on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, which oversees healthcare, energy, and consumer safety. Congressman Mullin.
Thank you so much. Look, first of all, I'm sorry about running in and out, and I'm not going to be able to spend as much time with you guys as kind of issues is. I'm not going to be able to spend as much time with you guys as I would like because we got a hearing going on, and I stepped out and ran. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here and just kind of paying attention to what's happening. I mean, there's a trend that's taking place that is disturbing to me. You have men that are sons of someone that is a father to someone and a husband to someone that's committing suicide, or they're having acts of suicide by having a dependency on drugs, and they're accidentally overdosing and killing themselves on drugs. And what is that about? Why are we seeing that trend increase? And I was actually thinking about this last night because I got the fresh statistics, and I was actually concerned by it. And I thought, well, why is that? Because I fully expect to outlive my wife. I mean, I tell her that all the time, and she knows that. I'm fully going to outlive her because my family just lives longer than hers. And she says she doesn't want to live by herself, so I told her that she can go first, and then I'm going. But she has to die early because I'm not going to die of old age. And so I joke by it because death is something to me that is going to happen to all of us, but it's nothing that I look forward to. It's nothing that I'm anticipating or I think is the only way out. Because when you get to that point, because you feel like a failure. And you feel like a failure because there's no other hope for you. You can't control your life because drugs is controlling it. You choose suicide because you look around and you think the only hope you have is to end your life because everybody else's life behind you is going to be better. So how do you change that perspective? I think it starts every day. I think every day you have to choose to live a disciplined life. You have to have successes throughout your day. Whatever that success is, you have to have something that you've achieved every single day. It can be workouts. Mine, I work out regardless of what time I go to bed. I get up at the same time. I want to work out. I want to start my day exactly the same. I cannot walk away from my bed and it not be made. I can't even go to sleep without having my clothes laid out for the day before. In fact, before I end my day, before I go to bed, I have to put my coffee cup where all I have to do is hit the button. I have to lay out my clothes for the next day, including my socks, including my underwear, including everything that I'm going to wear. I have to lay it out every single day. When I pack per day. When I get up at the exact same time. I get up at the same time in Oklahoma as I do here, except it's an hour earlier according to my clock. It's just the same. I'm on a schedule. Because I've learned that I can only control my mornings and I can't control the rest of my day, because the rest of the day there's so many things as an adult that you have to react to. But if I can achieve some things in the morning, I feel like that I've set myself up for success that day. If I'm walking down the hall and I see trash, I can't walk past it. I know it sounds stupid, but it's because I've learned to be disciplined by it. And if I walk past it, I feel like I have failed. I will literally turn back around and I'll pick it up and I'll throw it in the trash. I'm not that someone that can just kick trash closer to the trash can. I've got to pick it up. If I've got a gum wrapper in my pocket, I can't flick it out the window. I'll carry it in my pocket until I can go to the trash can. If I throw it to a trash can and it misses, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to pick it up. Because I want to live a disciplined life. It's not that I'm always disciplined. I failed many times throughout my day, but I have a lot of little successes along the way, and it builds me up for success. And therefore, it allows me to have those times that I feel pride. When you get to the point to where you think your only way out is suicide, you've lost all that. You don't have to have big achievements in your life. You don't have to have big achievements all throughout your day. It's the little achievements. It's the little bitty marks of success. And if we're going to change the pattern to which we're behaving, if we're going to change this pattern right here, then we got to set the bar. Because if we're not going to change it for our generation, we got to change it for our kids' generation. I used to tell my managers that work for me in our companies that if you expect your guys to be here at 7:30, you need to be at work at 7. If you want your guys to be clean cut and be well groomed, then you have to make sure your clothes are starched, your hair is perfect, beard trimmed, and you got to have an extra change of clothes to you during the day just in case you get dirty. Because you got to set the bar high. If you want them to answer your phone call when you call them, then you got to be prepared to answer your phone call every time they call you. You've got to set the bar high. And we have to start setting that bar higher for the generations that's following us. Because this trend cannot continue. It's up to us. What does that discipline mark mean to you? What do you do to make sure that you're always living a disciplined life? If someone were to see you, would they say that you live a disciplined life? Discipline sometimes is called structure too. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I've achieved something. When I live a structured life, I've achieved something. It was John C. Maxwell that said in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, it said, discipline for a leader is doing something every single day that doesn't necessarily need to be done, but needs to get done. That means that that trash doesn't have to be picked up by you, but someone's going to have to pick it up. Right? It means the little bitty things, that's discipline. And that's also success. So all I'm doing is just simply encouraging you guys to change our behavior so this trend here can go away. Because someone's watching you. And they're going to say, I want that out of life. I want that. If he can do it, there's nothing special about him. And if he can do it, then I can too. We're all created equal in God's eyes. So it starts with us. Right? Guys, thank you for you paying attention to it. Hopefully they'll get the air in here because it is hot. But if there's ever anything I can do, I'm all in. I'm involved in it. I have been involved from day one since I've been up here. So thank you once again. Look forward to working with you all.